In a small city where buildings stood shoulder to shoulder and people passed one another like shadows, there lived a young man named Daniel. He worked at a media company, always rushing, always busy, as if every second of his life was already owned by something urgent. Daniel had once been kind. As a boy, he helped others without thinking, picking up bags people dropped, helping old folks cross the street, sharing his lunch with classmates who had none of their own. But as he grew older, life taught him how to protect himself. He learned how to say no, how to look away, how to keep his heart guarded so that no one could take advantage of it. And slowly, without even realizing it, he forgot how to give. One rainy evening, as he hurried home through the crowded streets, Daniel noticed an old man standing beneath a shop's roof, his thin hands clutching a soaked fabric bag. People passed by, turning their faces away, pretending not to see. Daniel hesitated. A familiar voice whispered inside his head, "Don't get involved. You have your own life to worry about." But somehow, his feet refused to move. He stopped, turned back, and walked toward the old man. Holding out his umbrella, he said softly, "Sir, are you all right? Let me help you call a cab." The old man looked up and smiled, his voice trembling like the rain. "Thank you, son. I just needed a place to stand for a while. You're very kind." Daniel nodded, then walked away. It was such a small act, something he thought he would soon forget. But that night, he couldn't sleep. The old man's words echoed in his mind. "You're very kind." It wasn't flattery that kept him awake. It was the realization that it had been so long since anyone had said those words to him, and even longer since he had truly deserved them. He realized he had lost something precious, his kindness. The next day at work, Daniel saw a new colleague, Emma, being scolded by their manager for submitting the wrong report. No one said a word. Everyone just kept typing, pretending not to hear. Daniel did the same until he caught a glimpse of Emma's eyes. There was fear in them, a fear he remembered well. It was the same fear he had felt on his first day at that job. And this time, he couldn't stay silent. "Sir," Daniel said gently, "maybe she wasn't given clear instructions. I can go through it with her and fix it." The room went quiet. The manager frowned, but after a moment said nothing more. Emma turned to Daniel, her voice trembling. "Thank you. I was so scared." Daniel smiled. "It's all right. We've all been scared before. Just don't let fear make you forget to be kind." Weeks passed, and something began to change. Daniel started to notice the people around him again. The janitor who worked late into the night, the delivery boy who always greeted him with a tired smile, the stray dog that waited outside the building every morning. He found himself leaving an extra cup of coffee on the janitor's desk. He shared a sandwich with the delivery boy. He brought a small piece of bread for the dog. Tiny gestures, almost invisible, but they made his heart feel lighter. He realized that kindness didn't need to be grand. It just needed to be sincere. One morning, Daniel arrived at the office to find a letter on his desk. The handwriting was shaky and old. He opened it slowly. It was from the old man he had met that rainy evening. Open quote, "Dear Daniel, I never told you my name that night. I am Thomas, a retired teacher. You offered me shelter when no one else did. That simple act of compassion reminded me of something I once taught my students, that one drop of kindness can start a river of change. I wanted to tell you, after that night, I began volunteering again, teaching underprivileged children to read and write. Your kindness inspired me to begin anew. Never think a small act doesn't matter. It may seem small to you, but to someone else, it can mean the world." Close quote. Tears filled Daniel's eyes as he read the final line. Open quote, "Thank you for reminding me that goodness still exists." Close quote. That night, Daniel walked home under the rain again. He had no umbrella this time. He didn't mind getting wet. He looked up at the sky, the same gentle rain falling from above, touching everyone equally. He smiled, because he finally understood. Kindness is like the rain. It doesn't choose where to fall or who deserves it most.